Carla from T2PTV. We're at the first day of the Laser North Americans, where 185 boats are rigging up for 4 days of predicted sea breeze out on Croatan Sound in Manteo, North Carolina. Thanks to the assistance of Sail and Sea, this is Barry Wicker of Sail and Sea.
Sail and Sea, our goal is to promote sailing in all of North Carolina. And we've got the perfect conditions here on the Outer Banks, and it looks like the sea breeze is picking up perfect for today.
It is cranking out there. Thank you for having us, Barry.
Sure.
The North Americans are broken up into 3 different rigs of laser: the full, the radial, and the 4.7. Same hull, 3 different mast and sail plans. The biggest fleet of the 3 is the middle-sized rig called the Radial rig, and the popularity is probably due to the large optimal weight range from 121 to 159 pounds. We start our coverage with the PRO Judy Hanlon trying to place the 102 radials into qualifying fleets to determine gold and silver divisions later in the week. The radials are split into a blue and yellow division. You can see here everyone has a yellow collar on their mast. They are first to start going to the outer circle of this trapezoid course. Cooper Carter at Pewaukee Yacht Club is right here about to win the pin. 61 boats on the line, all clear. High tide was just a short hour ago. It's pretty shallow here, only 9 feet, but the current's still ripping. This is going to be a long windward leg. .200-123 Kelly Cole was 6th at Lighter Cup just a few weekends ago. The only one on port trying to find a lane. The Radial Blue Fleet is about to start, and they're all packed up at the boat, favoring the right side of the course. Dixon Pierce from Manahawkin, New Jersey, sailing for Surf City Yacht Club, was one of the farther boats away from the boat start. Got clear air, good moving. The North Americans encompass North America, obviously, which is Canada and the United States, but there are boats from all over the world, including Venezuela, Bermuda, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Henry Marshall from the USA is first around the top mark for the yellow division. He is a Bite C2 and Bite Worlds veteran, coming into the Radial in the last few years. Man overboard right at the top mark, and he's gonna put, ooh, nice save. Almost went over, but he's gonna have trouble getting around that mark now. The laser was designed by Bruce Kirby in 1969. They didn't even used to have vangs, the very first models. Now they do, which are really gonna help them on this reaching leg. Something you usually end up seeing in these huge fleets is a lead pack. The lead pack is passed. This is the beginning of the chase pack. Henry Marshall is still in the lead, but Jack Marshall has caught up a lot. I wonder if these two are related. Now is where they have to go around a gate and make a decision where they're going to go upwind. Are they going to split gates? Yes, they are. We are back over on the blue inner loop. They didn't have the reach leg, so they are basically getting to the leeward mark at the same time. We have a change of course. The breeze is going to the right looking upwind, hence why everyone is choosing this right-hand gate. Arguably, up until the laser, dinghy sailing was mostly processional on the downwind. There wasn't too much passing, but sailors like Ben Ainsley and Robert Scheidt in the laser class made the laser one of the first boats that people started getting really physical downwind, and it shows in this really high competitive fleet. There's a graveyard setting up at the leeward mark for the blue fleet. Luckily, they've drifted enough downwind that boats can round on the inside of them. Ooh, hang on! 195,889 has done a beautiful job covering this entire way up the second windward leg. Definitely in first by a lot. Second place, another Marshall, William Marshall. Henry Marshall will win the first race for the Yellow Fleet, but not by much. That mysterious relative, maybe a brother, right on his tail. The 4.7s are the smallest rig out here with a tight weight restriction of 110 to 120. They just had their first race, and Henry Lustinsky from Kingston, Ontario Yacht Club and Jacob Fisker Askerson were 1-3 respectively in that race. We have a leapfrog situation. 1 and 2 in the blue fleet have been trading places all the way from the yellow marks in the distance. It's gonna come down to the wire here. Who is going to make the call on that one? Oh, Patrick Shanahan looks to have just beat out William Marshall by a few inches. Well done. Staggered starts have left the turn up to the full rigs. They are 18% bigger than a radial, but there's only 55 of them, so they won't have to be split into divisions. Big pile up at the boat again. Paul Streeter is dangerously close to being spun out at the boat. The good thing about these boats is they accelerate from 0 to hero in about 4 seconds, so it's okay to be not moving quite yet. And there's the hero. He ends up winning that start. Very risky, but high reward. Now they have the long slog upwind. They're on the inner loop. Barnard on port trying to find a spot. He is a one-time honorable mention for college and a two-time college All-American for Georgetown. But first around is ESA. Since the radial start, the breeze has gone 35 degrees to the right. The race committee is scrambling to get these marks fair, and they've done a great job. He was 7th at Nationals last week and 5th at the single-handed championships the Georgia Day. He is going to have to eat about 20 votes in here. Oh, he's going to throw it in there! Did they let that happen? They did. This is what's called S-ing. You're using the waves, you're using the puffs to come up in the lulls, down in the puffs. 207.861 is going to round in first, but Christopher Barnard has worked his way back up to second place. Justin Norton from Ottawa, Ontario is going to be the 5th one to get around. This is a tough turn to take. Trying to get all that sail in. There's about 30 feet of main sheet to get in around this leeward mark. Radials have one in the bag, the 4.7s have one in the bag, and as a puff brings the rest of the full rigs down, they'll have a couple more legs before they get their first race completed. With pressure reaching up to about 20 knots and races that last over an hour each, it is incredible to watch these athletes push themselves to the limit. There are still 3 days of racing, so anything can still really happen. I'm Ashley Love from T2B TV. We'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of the Laser North Americans.